Ready.
Okay.
What? No. A hero sandwich doesn't mean that there's a person in the sandwich. Today, let's talk about heroes. Oberon here is a little confused, and the truth is, I've been thinking about the whole hero concept lately. So let's dig in a little and let's see how that can benefit you and, as always, help get you in a place where law of attraction is working effortlessly, which is the place of being in the flow. I'm Kaylin, and I am co-founder of the Golden Flow system of accelerated well-being and abundance. And I am all about abundance. Today we're going to talk and explain to Oberon, my owl here, how it is that a hero can help you tap into abundance. So here goes. A hero has the connotation of being Superman. You know, maybe Marvel Comics has really changed and redefined hero for us. You might think of a hero as being someone who can do more than should be humanly possible, someone who's kind of godlike, someone who breaks the speed barrier. And you know, the problem with those definitions is that it's completely unattainable, so it's unrealistic, and it doesn't really benefit you. It really, maybe even for a lot of people, creates distance. There's some distance between where you are and I'll use myself as an example. I can't do godlike things. I can't run a mile. I'm not a runner. I can't fly, and I'm never going to be able to. So that sounds like, instead of a hero, I must be a loser. I mean, like, what can I do? When we feel that way, one of the problems is it changes our self-image, and we end up feeling worse about ourselves, where we don't have a powerhouse of strength, so we don't think of ourselves necessarily as having strengths or gifts. And those are such misperceptions. So let's straighten out what we're thinking today, Oberon. Let's look at it in the more traditional and true definition of a hero. So a hero in dictionary.com, the first definition is someone who has attributes that are honorable, that you would aspire to, kind of thing. And that there really is the definition of a hero. If you are going to be real smart about a hero, what you're going to do is you're going to find some people who you admire, total human beings with total limitations just like you. No flying into the sky and out into the universe and an ability to do all of that. Instead, you're going to think about someone who is similar to you, like maybe they're in your same business, or maybe they have a really good relationship that you'd like to have. Someone who you see has figured it out, who you see has already done something before you. I think that this really was the way and the place of, in the old days, when someone would become an apprentice, because the apprentice just followed the person they were doing the apprenticeship with everywhere, all the time. It was, the kind of situation where they weren't allowed to ask questions. They were just supposed to do things, and so the person leading the apprenticeship would say, I want you to polish all these tools, and I want you to clean the studio or whatever, and I want you to sharpen the tools, and the person doing the apprenticeship just had to follow. And they followed because in following, what happened is they became receptive. They became receptive to not only how their master in the apprenticeship did things, and how it is that he or she had such a skill, and more than a skill, they really developed this flow where they were really a master at their trait. But by being in that receptive place, you started to tap into that flow. So you started to go further than just the skill and deeper into a place that becomes like an energetic connection. It's a place of being able to basically channel, as in tune into something that goes beyond your thoughts, something that goes beyond logic, and something that really goes into energy and higher vibrations of energy about how to create something beautiful. If it was some sort of apprenticeship where they made things, about, really about anything that the apprenticeship was about. So if you are wise, what you'll do is you don't have to go work with someone these days. You just kind of become aware of them. In the world of social media, you become a follower or a fan. And, if they write blogs, you read the blogs. If they write books, you read the books. If they do videos, you watch the videos. In other words, whatever communication you can, whatever class, whatever information you can get from them, you receive that and you read through it, or you learn, you go through the material. In so doing, you tap yourself into that flow, whether it is a career, like I said, whether it's a relationship, like I said, anything it is. I mean, it could just be how they are, how they stand that you like. Maybe you feel like they're really confident. Maybe you have a hero for your confidence. Now, the truth is, a better word would be role model, because when you're tuning in and tapping in these ways to that role model, you're going to really get a sense of and tap into the same flow of energy as they're in, which means that your energy is going to pick it up and you're going to take it on if you choose to. You're going to take on their mannerisms, you're going to take on their skills, you're going to take on their energetic ability to tap into the energy of whatever it is, love, creativity, confidence. Then law of attraction sees that and it goes, wow, you've really shifted your energy. You've really raised it and gone into a real frequency. And whatever it is that you're after, as a matter of fact, I have a perfect example for you. It just popped in my head. John Mayer is a perfect example of that. If you've heard his story, one of the things I've heard in his story is that when he was younger, he used to watch videos of Eric Clapton. And he would slow the videos down and watch how Eric Clapton was doing his hands and playing the guitar. And John Mayer really tapped into that energy. It's interesting. This isn't a secret, as in, they hide this information because it's how to be successful and they don't want other people to be successful. It's not a secret in that sense, but it's a secret in the sense that people don't follow this. They don't talk about it. They don't do it. John Mayer tapped into it. I tap into it. That's how I have become as wise as you may or may not think I am today, because I really tapped into my heroes. I really had my role model, and I really did tune into the energy. I listened to the content. I really immersed myself, and it really benefited me. And the truth is, one reason this topic has been up for me isn't really because Oberon was asking. Oberon does a really good job of channeling my questions for me, if you will. But it's because I think I'm ready for a new hero. It's been on my mind. So law of attraction, when it sees that you're doing this and you're tuning in, I want you to get a sense that you're connecting with that energy. You're bringing yourself to that frequency of energy and you're connecting with it. So law of attraction will then bring you a far better experience. It will really elevate your experience. And the nice thing is, it's effortless to you in the sense that you don't have to do anything to make law of attraction improve your experience. You just really need to tap in and tune in and really become aware of what you really like, what you're really passionate about, whatever the topic is. Like I said, whether it's about being confident, whether it's about having more personal power, whether it's about building an empire or having the greatest romance. All you have to do is really get yourself in the stream of that information. Find your hero, your role model, because then you will have figured out how to not reinvent the wheel, but follow in the same path. If you've ever been bike riding, or ice skating, rollerblading, anything like that, when there's the person in the lead, like in a bike race or something like that, and another cyclist comes right behind them, there's this place where you can catch sort of their wind. It's also their energy. And then it's like they are breaking the wind as they're riding, and you kind of get to ride in the break, and that way you have an easier ride. It's less effort for you to go as fast as them, kind of thing, because they're really kind of braving the path. And that is what a hero really does. They're brave enough to brave the path. You really would benefit, therefore, from finding your hero, your role model. Because when you tune in and tap into them, you don't have to ride a bike behind them. You're going to do the same thing just by reading about them, finding out about them, watching them, really, in a way, studying them, if you will, but it's not a study. I hope that explains itself. But you're really tuning in and tapping in and getting to the point where your hero's energy starts to flow to you, whether or not you know them, whether or not you can go for a bike ride with them. Oberon, I hope that helps you really get a different sense. So I want you to remember, find your hero. Find someone who you can use as a real role model. Then tune in, tap in, watch them, and try to follow their wave, because that's going to help you make really great movement while you are tuning into what's interesting to you, what you're passionate about, and while you're allowing law of attraction to increase your experience, to start to bring you more of what it is that you prefer. Again, I'm Kaylin, and I hope I've changed your definition today, because I know I've changed Oberon's definition of what a hero is.